States, Canada, and Tokyo, Japan. This is the Rich Stevens Radio Network.
All right, here we go. Hope you're ready. Hi, I'm Rich Stevens. Thanks for being here. Here's where we are today. The first public hearing in the impeachment inquiry finished. That was yesterday. This Arctic blast is really dumping a lot of unbelievably cold weather around most of the country. We're going to get some of it here in South Florida over the weekend. There's a woman that made over 20,000 fake calls to 911, and Disney Plus, they hit more than 10 million signups in one day. How are you? As I said, I'm Rich Stevens. Thanks for being here on this Thursday morning. I really appreciate you being here. So the Democrats have put all their chips on impeaching Trump, but they forgot the golden rule of warfare. Never start a battle you can't win. So the first day of this public testimony kicked off with two American diplomats sharing details of the president pressuring Ukraine to go after its political rival if they wanted to receive U.S. aid. That's the story. And it was televised. Every network had it. And it was used by the Dems to build their case for Trump's impeachment, but the Republicans attempted to dismiss the claims that the president used quid pro quo with Ukraine. It was about 6 hours today. Ambassador Bill Taylor, who is a top diplomat in Ukraine, and George Kent, who is a deputy assistant secretary at the State Department, was getting questions from the House Intelligence Committee members. And the Democrats, as expected, what they said, the questions they were asking, and Republicans, including an attorney for the Republicans, who I thought was great, was trying to discredit them as much as possible. The president said he wasn't watching it. But what are these public hearings going to do? I mean, is it going to change your mind? Is it going to change my mind? Absolutely not. Because it just doesn't, it just doesn't seem like anything other than a circus. I mean, I once heard from someone that heard some people talking about something they heard from a friend that heard it from a friend that who heard it from a friend who, that's what it was today. These people, these two idiots had no firsthand knowledge. It's all hearsay. But a hearing, when only prosecutors can ask questions to witnesses that they approve of, while the defendant is not allowed access or even legal counsel present. I mean, this is like a communistic situation. But it's happening in our nation's capital, which has turned into a real circus. I mean, why do we even allow this kind of crap? Why are the people that we've elected, or some people have elected, I should say, they took the oath to uphold the Constitution, and this is going on? I mean, we the people have already spoken. Remember 2016? President Trump, Donald J. Trump, he's our president. We spoke. Get over it already. And if I hear one more person saying something about Hillary teasing that she's going to run, she's trying to sell books with Chelsea. She's not going to jump in a race. I mean, she could. But we all know what the outcome of that will be. It'll be even better. I would love to see the president debate or be in a town hall situation again with Hillary Clinton. That'd be great. Probably better than Joe Biden. But this has just gotten, I got to tell you, it is so disheartening, and it was very boring. And I watched a few hours of it, and I just, you're waiting for that aha moment, and it never came. Now, if you're one of the people on the left, I guarantee you, because I've read stuff online, I've talked to a few friends of mine on the left, and everybody says, oh my God, did the Democrats kick ass in the hearing? No, they didn't kick ass in the hearing. They didn't. It's a farce. It's a circus. And Friday's going to be the same thing with that woman. I forgot her name already. She's coming in to be the next witness. How long is this going to go on before people start to realize? See, I think this is what could possibly happen. I think the American people that are watching this Although I'm guessing the left probably still sees the picture that the Democrats are painting. But come on already. Get over it. We're going to reelect Trump in 2020, next year, less than a year away. Speaking of things being far away, or close, I should say, I can't believe that it's almost Thanksgiving weekend. 2019. I mean, it's unbelievable. And TSA says they're going to be ready to scan about 28 million passengers and airline crew members during that weekend. The busiest day is always the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, when about 2.7 million people travel. And the lightest day, if you want to fly, is Thanksgiving Day. Now, the airlines in the United States are adding about 900 flights, and it's about 110,000 seats per day compared with the same period last year, which will make traveling even more crowded and even more stressful during the holiday season. And, stress is, elevated during the holiday season. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't really like the holidays. 49% of people in a new poll said that the holidays are the most stressful time of year. And if you're wondering what stresses people out, it's our loved ones. Here are the 5 most stressful situations that we find ourselves in around the holidays. And 4 of them have to do with friends and extended family. Number 5 is taking a vacation, 24%. Number 4 is going out to dinner with family or friends, 29%. Number 3, traveling to see family or friends, also 45%. Number 2 is having friends or family stay with you, 45%. And number 1 is having friends or family over for a party or a big dinner. 51% agree it's the most stressful. And the most stressful part about hosting people during the holidays is cleaning. And the most stressful part of traveling is making sure that you don't overspend. So what would be the things that would ease some of our holiday stress? Well, the top 5 answers were a house cleaner, a private chef, a professional organizer, a decorator, and someone to do the chores and run the errands for us. I mean, that's pretty incredible if you think about it. And there's another survey that's kind of related. And they were looking at extra expenses that we have around the holidays and what everything costs. So if you factor all this crap in now, it could save you or help you stay within budget. So these are 10 holiday expenses at about the average cost, okay? Number 10 is buying things for a guest room, $25. Number 9 is money spent on a house cleaner or cleaning supplies, $30. Number 8, a Christmas tree, $34. Number 7, decorations, $46. Number 6, extra childcare or babysitting hours, $30. Number 5, holiday entertainment, $68. Number 4, new clothes and beauty items, $71. Number 3, food and drinks at restaurants, $98. Number 2 is holiday food and drinks at home, $117. And number 1, gifts for the family, $270. And by the way, the survey also found that the average person who does not stick to their budget will overspend about $500. So just, be careful. I gave you all the information you need right there. By the way, speaking of the holidays, the largest Starbucks in the entire universe is set to open tomorrow, early in the morning in Chicago. They're calling it the Starbucks Reserve Roastery Chicago. It's 4 stories, 43,000 square feet. And each floor offers customers a different take on coffee, from watching the roasting process on the first floor all the way up to special Chicago-inspired coffee cocktails on the 4th floor. That's my one thing. I don't like when I was drinking coffee. I don't drink coffee anymore, but when I was drinking coffee, I never liked the Starbucks coffee. But I like meeting somebody at Starbucks and sitting in one of their comfortable chairs and getting, like a bottled water or something. But the only problem is they're always so small and cramped. So this one, 4 stories, 43,000 square feet. That's a big freaking space. That's in Chicago. So they know it's going to be successful. Otherwise, they wouldn't have opened it already. And there is actually talk about doing some more of these throughout the United States, depending on how revenues work in this store. And revenues, Google is about to get ready to offer checking accounts. Would you get a Google checking account? Now, the only reason that I think I might do this is because it's going to have the Google logo on it, and I think that's kind of cool. They're going to launch this next year. Checking accounts are going to be run by Citigroup and a credit union. And they previously launched the Google Wallet and Google Pay, which lets you use store credit and you store your credit rather and debit card information, and you use them to make mobile and digital payments. Kind of like I would assume like Apple Pay. You know, I just love that more and more places are getting Apple Pay, because I just take out my iPhone and click, and it pays without doing anything. I don't have to dig in my pocket to get my wallet out and find a credit card and yada, yada. It's great. It's really good. Speaking of good, stop sharing on Facebook all these things for free. It's a scam. It's a hoax. Costco is not giving $75 coupons. And I got to tell you, so many people have emailed me this already and posted on my timeline and messengered me on Facebook. It is ridiculous. How can people be so stupid and ignorant? So Costco went on Facebook yesterday to tell people that they're not giving away these $75 coupons. Now, the claim says if you share the post, you get a free $75 Costco coupon in honor of their anniversary. And you had to click the links. And you see, when you click those links, the people that own that website were making money on the links that you were clicking. And then you share it, it goes, you know, and again, thank you for everybody who responded the other day to he said and she said and blah, blah. It's the Fabergé shampoo. I forgot the commercial, but that was it. So the thing is that when you click these sites, they're not operated or sponsored in any way by Costco. There were people that were posting links to JetBlue that they're having a special holiday thing, and if you share this with 10 people, you'll get a pair of round-trip tickets to anywhere that JetBlue flies. Not true. It's a scam. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Speaking of scams. Just, wise up. Just be, a little, especially this time of year, the holiday, because the holidays are the time when the scammers, they come out of the woodwork and try to fool people and try to get you to click links and or spend money on things that you may never get. You got to be really vigilant, and you just got to be careful. Disney Plus, they signed up 10 million subscribers in one day. Now, the new streaming app hit its first major subscriber milestone since they launched on Tuesday. There were some technical issues I told you about yesterday where people were not able to sign on to the service. But the service showcases new original series like Star Wars drama, The Mandalorian, as well as an archive of Disney-owned franchises like Marvel movies. And all in all, this service, they currently have about 500 films, 7,500 TV episodes, and reviewers have praised the service's sleek interface and the low price. It's $6.99 a month, and presenting content in 4K by default rather than offering a high streaming rate at a pricey add-on for the 4K, kind of like Netflix does. Now, on the other side, the critics say that there's very little original new content yet, and also a lot of less impressive archival filler. Now, Disney has predicted the streaming service will sign up, get this, at least 60 million subscribers around the world by 2024. And if you want to compare that to Netflix, they have about 150 million worldwide. And by the way, Disney does not disclose how many of those signups, including people on the promotional offers. Remember, some people are getting it for a year free, and some people are getting a 7-day free trial as new members. So, it's the kind of thing that you just have to, you have to sit back and watch. But this is definitely the way that things are going. And again, it's cutting the cord and going away from cable. But you see, here's what's going to happen. My biggest fear is if you cut the cable and you have to use your internet, and the internet comes from the cable company, the cable company is going to get wise to this soon and say, well, these people are cutting their cords and not paying for the cable. Well, we're going to raise the internet rate. And then it's going to turn out to be the same thing. So it's a lose-lose for us and a win-win for the cable company. They've got to do that because they've already lost so many subscribers to cable TV channels when you could get it all, on these different apps like Amazon Fire TV or Roku TV. By the way, speaking of Amazon TV, Fire TV, and Roku TV, you could find Rich Stevens Show on the Amazon Fire TV on your television or on Roku TV on your television. If you have a Roku TV box or TV or a Fire TV or a Fire Stick, you can get the Rich Stevens Show. And I need to update it with some new stuff, but there's a lot of really cool stuff there, including some footage that I got a long time ago. If you love, like I do, Frank Sinatra, there's some incredible videos of Frank on there that you've probably, I'm guessing, have never seen because they've never really been released anywhere. So you can check that out. Amazon Fire TV, Rich Stevens Show. And by the way, I also do voiceover work, and I have a Rich Stevens voiceovers, I think it is. Rich Stevens. If you just, speak into the Alexa thing and just say Rich Stevens on your Fire TV or Roku TV, it should take you to both of those, and there's two totally different things. And I'm going to do a lot more work with those. So, please check them out and share the wealth. Not the wealth, but the channel. I don't make any money off it yet, but I plan on doing it. But I really did it for you. Because I know that when I was doing the Facebook Lives, which I still do, but there was a time when I was doing the entire show live, and the response was just incredible. And I got to tell you now, since I've been doing this a few moments with Rich Stevens, really early in the morning, before I even do the show, the response has been phenomenal. And it's that drives me to want to do more and more. So I appreciate you with the good feedback and just the emails and the text messages and the Facebook messages and yada, yada, yada. I really do appreciate it. I mean, listen, if you weren't interested, then I wouldn't get any kind of feedback, and I'd stop doing it because then I'd be wasting my time. But because I am getting incredible feedback, I'll keep doing it for you. Hey, the FBI has officially joined the probe in that massacre in Mexico that claimed the lives of 9 American women and children right near the U.S. border last week. They're going to work in tandem with the Mexican government in investigating this violent attack, supposedly executed by drug cartels. Now, the agency said yesterday that the FBI will be providing assistance at the invitation of the Mexican government with the investigation into the recent attack against American citizens. Now, the FBI remains committed to working alongside our international partners, they say, to help bring justice to perpetrators of this heinous act of violence. Now, the Mexican government originally said the attack may have been a case of mistaken identity. Remember that? But then family members say that that's not true. They claim it was a direct attack. Now, by the way, the reason these families live in Mexico is because they're a Mormon group, and they're involved in part of a sect that still practices polygamy. So that's why they moved to Mexico, because polygamy obviously is not allowed in the United States. But Mexico, they don't give a damn what you do there. So that's why the father has I think something like 30 kids or something. It's with all these different women. This is a topic that it's kind of mundane, and you might be passionate about it. So I'm going to tread lightly here and see what you think. By the way, to get in touch with me, just go to richstevensshow.com, richstevensshow.com, click the contact form, and it'll go right to me. And by the way, something that I noticed at the hearings yesterday I also posted this picture on my Facebook, but it's also on my blog at richstevenshow.com. It's uncanny resemblance between Adam Schiff and Rodney Dangerfield. I think you'll enjoy the picture. So if you follow me on Facebook, check out the picture and feel free to share it. Maybe we can make this thing go viral. It's just, to me, it's hysterical. I was watching it and I was thinking that all along. Then I put the picture together and posted it. So anyway, back to the mundane topic. When you load your dishwasher, do you think you should put the silverware in so it's pointing up, or should it be pointing down? Or don't you even think about that at all? My sister, when she loads the dishwasher, she puts everything facing up, including the knives. And I've cut my hand on the knives before because you're not expecting it. I put everything down. But they found an expert, or, kind of sort of an expert on the topic. And there's this guy named Ashley Ardale. He has a degree in industrial design, and he makes a living writing about appliances like dishwashers and washing machines. Now, he says it actually does matter which way you put the silverware in. And if you want to do it right, he says the silverware should be pointing down. Thank you, Ashley. So the handles are at the top of the, the thing. And here's why, because it's a lot safer, especially with the knives, because it's easy to cut yourself when you put them in with the blade up. Plus, it's more hygienic. If they're facing down, you're only going to touch the handle, so the part of the spoon or the fork that goes in your mouth is not going to be full of germs or smudges on it when you take them back out of the dishwasher. Now, some people think putting them in the other way gets them a little cleaner, and he says that might be true with some dishwashers, but if there is a difference, it's like just slightly marginal. So it's really not worth it to do something like that. So, just, it's just some of the things that people do. Being the holidays, Coca-Cola has released 2 new flavors for the holidays. The first one actually sounds good. Now, I stopped drinking soda years ago. Soda's not good for you, especially Coke, because the old thing where you could use Coca-Cola to clean your battery terminals in a car, or if you pour Coca-Cola in the dirt, it'll start fizzing and making a hole in the dirt. So years ago, when I was a kid, I used to drink Coke. If they had at the 7-Eleven, which was down the block from me when I lived in Plantation, if they had the Coca-Cola bottles on sale, I'd buy that. If they had the Pepsi 16-pack, I'd buy that. So I stopped. But this one actually sounds really good. I'm not going to try it. I'm doing too good with my weight loss to go in and try this now. But here's the flavors. Cola Cinnamon. Doesn't that sound good? And they also have Sprite Winter Spice Cranberry, which is pretty much, I'm guessing, cranberry just poured into Sprite. But it's the first time the company's offered a special flavor of Coke here in the United States. And next year, they're going to release Coke Energy, because we don't have enough energy products in the market, Cherry Vanilla Coke, which I thought was already here, and Cherry Vanilla Coke Zero Sugar. So there you go. If you have an iPhone like I do, or a smart speaker, they can be hacked. Apparently, if a laser is directed at the microphone of a smart speaker, the sensitive electronics interpret the light as sound, so hackers can remotely give specific commands to the device. Now, they tested different devices, and all the smart speakers were easily hijacked by lasers. However, the smartphones required additional verification to continue. Like the iPhone test revealed it would not follow a command unless a wake word was issued, like, hey Siri. And the best advice on this particular topic is don't keep your smart speaker by a window where somebody could possibly shine a laser at it. So away from windows, and you will not have any of these kind of problems. All right, so richstevenshow.com is the website. And I'm just laughing because the other story I wanted to tell you about is a woman from Michigan. She's 27 years old. She's facing up to 93 days in jail and a $500 fine because she failed to return a pair of library books on time. Now, she checked out the books in 2017. She's a mother of 5. She brought them back 6 months ago after she was told that she couldn't use the library printer because of the overdue items, so she didn't know that she had a warrant out for her arrest until a boss did a background check before he was going to promote her and found out. Now, she said she never received notifications about a late notice because she repeatedly moved in an attempt to get out of an abusive relationship, and she said she's been suspended by her employer because of the criminal charges. She's going to be in court sometime next week. I can't help but think of the Seinfeld episode that, I think it was George that didn't return a book to the library, and the investigator came out. They wanted to give him a huge fine. And by the way, speaking of Seinfeld, I told you this the other day, but in case you might have missed it, I am ecstatic that coming in January on HBO, Larry David's Curb Your Enthusiasm is coming back to television, or HBO anyway. First time in years. So there you go. I'm always complaining about dogs. I love dogs, but I'm complaining about dogs that people claim to be service animals. There's a woman here in Florida, and she has 30 days to get rid of her emotional support chickens. How can a chicken be an emotional support animal? And if she doesn't, it's going to be big fines. The county officials say that the woman is not allowed to keep her 4. They're called Rhode Island Reds because her neighborhood is not zoned for farm animals. And her attorney has filed a federal lawsuit against the county seeking a temporary restraining order, arguing that the county is violating federal fair housing practices. Remember when I told you that, if we keep allowing these things to happen, they're going to get worse and worse. So there you go. That's a perfect example. By the way, one more political thing for you. The CEO of Dick's Sporting Goods is thinking about launching a third-party presidential bid, which could pull votes away from the president in 2020. His name is Ed Stack. He's a longtime Republican donor, and he's testing the waters for a run. He was a participant in the Southern Wisconsin focus group, and the individual said that the focus group ran through different situations involving the billionaire businessman, including possible three-way general election matchups with Stack, Trump, and Democratic primary frontrunners Joe Biden or Elizabeth Warren. And in the testing, the participants said it focused a lot on Stack, showing leadership by halting assault-style rifle sales at Dick's stores following the high school mass shootings in Parkland. And despite the news of the focus group, a source very familiar with Stack's thinking said he would not be seeking political office. So, believe what you want to believe. But it's, again, just like Hillary is teasing. But again, I think she's just trying to sell the books more, trying to get some attention because she misses all the attention. And I missed you last night, so I'm glad you're here now. Or you might be listening to this sometime at night. That's okay. I thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to The Rich Stevens Show. Have a great Thursday. We're going to get more of that rain. It's raining right now, but we're going to get more of that rain throughout the day, just like yesterday. So, bear with it because it's going to go away. We're actually expecting 2 cold fronts coming in, one this weekend and one again next week. So enjoy your Thursday. Hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out my blog and the website, Rich, R-I-C-H, Stevens with a V, richstevenshow.com. Have a great day.